And as promised, now time to take a look at campaign finance in our Money Bombs and War Chest segment. They are off to the races. There are three new GOP presidential candidates declaring their intentions for the White House this week, but one candidate maybe stumbled out of the block a little bit. Mike Huckabee, Arkansas governor, former Arkansas governor, announced he would make another run for president, but he may have stepped over the law of campaign finance when he said this.
Now rest assured, if you want to give $1 million, please do it.
Well, now he's an official candidate, so the most Huckabee is legally allowed to ask for is the contribution limit. It's $2,700 for the candidate himself, $5,000 for a PAC specifically supporting him, but Super PAC's a different story because they only support the issues. You can give a lot more money to those.
Like $1 million.
Yes.
There you go.
So he should have clarified that.
Little clarification. Dr. Ben Carson should have a solid support system when it comes to his run for the presidency. The retired neurosurgeon has become a Tea Party favorite, in part because of his criticism of Obamacare. He has the support of a handful of super PACs, including the Draft Carson PAC. Now, looking at Draft Carson's top donors of 2014, business owners Mark Oldfield and Mike Horan topped the list at over $100,000 each. Not too shabby.
All right, according to Yahoo's finance, Carly Fiorino's top donor could be Carly herself. During the 2012 run for Senate that she made in California, she contributed more than $5 million of her own money to that campaign. Also listed as a potential top donor, the Carly for America PAC, and Marmix Oil's Mike Murphy, hedge fund manager Paul Singer, and Bedford Funding founder Charles Snowden Jones. So there you go. Now, again,
how does that make you feel, though, when you're your biggest donor? But she's, she just announced.
There is something to be said for that now, especially when people talk about the influence of money in politics and elections. When somebody can, this is what Mike Bloomberg
buy an election.
You can really set yourself out there as a candidate who is not beholden to a lot of these special interest groups. Now, we talked about the PACs, which again, these super PACs. You think about just a couple of election cycles ago, it was scandalous about the way they were talked. But this is part of the system now, and people, I think, shouldn't be so shocked to hear about the amount of money involved in these political races. And maybe it's time, after a few election cycles where we have the influence of these super PACs, people get used to how this campaign funding. Again, this is really a symptom of the problem that was the McCain-Feingold Campaign Finance Reform Act.
But there's no way to really police it. They've tried that. Yeah,
I think, eventually what is going to happen is they're going to have to just stop with the campaign limits on the contributions, but up the amount of transparency for the donations. You can give as much as you want to whomever you want, as long as it's disclosed in some way, shape, or form. That's what some.
But what's to stop somebody like you, independent, going out and saying, "I'm going to run an ad for this candidate"?
Well, there are federal elections.
I have nothing to do with it.
Well, there are federal elections laws. That's what the issue is with these super PACs. You can say, hint, hint, wink, wink, we don't support this issue, and that candidate supports this issue. Call Miranda Khan and tell her that she's wrong, but you can't specifically say we support Mike Huckabee for president on this issue. So it's a very thin line there in the valley, and I think
if there's a loophole, people will find it.
That's right. People are starting to wake up to what's going on here, and it's, again, this is the system. These are the laws. It is legal. It has been confirmed by the Supreme Court.
But I agree with Bernie Sanders. It is a little disheartening that you have that feeling that people can kind of buy their way into office.
Well, more people should vote then and change the system.
There you go.
All right. Some other fundraising news to talk about. Senator Rand Paul has opened a new campaign office in, of all places, Silicon Valley. He wants the office to tap into the brains and big bucks of the tech industry, but don't count out small towns either. Check this out. This is very interesting. This is found by one of our producers. According to randpaul.com, and the Census Bureau, cities with 1 million citizens or less make up 95% of the senator's online campaign contributions last month. So that shows you the kind of success he is having in small towns and through the grassroots. Meanwhile, President Obama has taken some time to fundraise for the DNC. One of the fundraisers the president will attend will cost $10,000, while another expects to raise over $33,000.
Wow. Well, a story that continues to circulate in the news, of course, is the Clinton Foundation. The foundation has been under fire recently for taking foreign donations, even though Hillary is running for the White House. In an interview with NBC, the former president, Bill Clinton, said this, quote, "There is no doubt in my mind that we have never done anything knowingly inappropriate in terms of taking money to influence any kind of American government policy. That just hasn't happened." Clinton also had this to say about the function of the Clinton Foundation.
I don't think there's anything sinister in trying to get wealthy people and countries that are seriously involved in development to spend their money wisely in a way that helps poor people and lifts them up. I don't think there's anything bad with that. I think it's good.
And a lot of people agree.
A lot of people do agree, and time will tell. I mean, I'm sure this is something that is going to be discussed ad nauseum.
Oh, yes. It's
from
not
here
going to
on
go
out.
away anytime soon.
No, it's not. We got much more to come here on Newsmax Now. We're going to be sticking around with you. We're here from noon until 4 p.m. And also, you can stay tuned coming up after 4 p.m. for Midpoint with Ed Berliner. And at 5 p.m., the Steve Malzberg Show. So a lot of good stuff to come here on Newsmax TV. Please do stick around. Miranda and I will be right back following this short commercial.